Hi, welcome to Success Factors. I'm your host, Brenda Siri. Today I'm joined by Robert Paek. He is the owner of Peaceful Pets DFW. Welcome to the show, Robert. It's great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Robert, I think one of the hardest losses in a person's life is the loss of a pet. I've lost many over time and some that I still could cry about when I think about them. Your family has created a beautiful way for pet owners to say goodbye to their pets. It's really meaningful what you do. And I have lost pets where the only option was cremation or burial, but you've got a really unique way to help people through the loss of a pet. So tell our viewers a little bit about Peaceful Pets DFW and why your methods are not only more humane, but better for the environment as well.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to aftercare and pet loss, I always say it's the greatest opportunity to make the greatest impact. It's a experience and memory that our pet parents are going to hold for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. So it's so important. It's such a huge responsibility, and we want to make sure it's perfect every time. And so also, to answer your question, we practice a water-based cremation called Aquamation. And so we use water instead of fire to return a loved one's ashes back.
Wow, that is so interesting. Mm-hmm. And so with your process, I know I did some research on the company and, mm-hmm. it talks about how you reduce emissions. So it seems clear that not only are you wanting to, make an impact on these families in this aquamation method, but you're trying to make an impact on the globe. So tell me more about that.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I don't have kids, but one day I would like to. It's very important to me and our group that we leave this earth in a better place than we found it. So we love aquamation or water cremation for plenty of different reasons. So we combine 95% water, 5% alkalinity, and gently circulating water. And what that does is it accelerates the natural decomposition process that occurs in ground burial. And it uses 1/10 of the energy as a flame-based cremation and no direct greenhouse gas emissions.
So how long does the aquamation process take? I know, when I've lost pets, I've taken them to the vet and, I got their remains back within a couple of weeks. What's mm-hmm. the process with aquamation?
The actual aquamation process takes about 18 hours.
Okay. And they get their pets back pretty quickly then?
Yeah, we typically tell a family our turnaround time is 7 days. Okay. Last month we were 3.5 days, but wow. the actual water cremation process, 18 hours, yeah.
And I know when you and I talked before, scheduling having you on the show, you had talked to me about something about this process, how you mentioned if a dog had eaten a leaf, mm-hmm. What the remains would look like mm-hmm. with your process versus cremation. I'd mm-hmm. love for you to tell our viewers a little more about that.
So, great question, and thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So, if a family doesn't love our process because of the eco-friendly aspects of it, they will typically like it just because it's so much more gentle. So it's so much more gentle that if a pet were to have eaten a leaf or a leaf was in our aquamation unit, it would still be intact by the end of that process. So, and that actually happens fairly frequently.
Oh yeah, my dogs eat leaves all the time. Yeah. That's interesting. So it's really incredibly gentle on the pet's body.
Yes. It's just a much more gentle element than fire. And actually, one flame-based cremation releases over 500 pounds of carbon dioxide into our atmosphere, which is it's the same environmental impact as driving 600 miles in a vehicle.
Wow. So
it's definitely a significant silent contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions. Mm-hmm. So it's just a really fantastic alternative that's really increasing in demand.
Wow. How did your family get started in this business?
It was through a lot of conversations. And through those conversations, we just learned about the fragmentation in the industry. We learned about the massive disparity between the level of service demanded and the level of service provided. So we really felt like we had the opportunity to come in and solve a lot of problems and provide a great service. And I've fallen in love with the industry. I've fallen in love with serving families. I've fallen in love with providing value to our vet clinics and building our team.
So you just mentioned vet clinics. So you work very closely with veterinarians in the DFW area?
Yes, we service vet clinics all across the Metroplex, and most of our business actually comes through our veterinary partners.
Okay, very good. So Robert, when I have had pets cremated, I know that they were returned to me in an urn, and they did offer a variety of services to comfort me in the passing of my pet. So what kind of perks or services like that do you offer to your clients?
So for starters, all of our clients are offered the choice of one of 6 complimentary vessels to carry their pet's ashes back. And our philosophy is to offer a few select of our most popular keepsake items. But in addition to that, we offer hundreds and hundreds we allow for so much customization. There's vendors that we work with that allow you to turn your pet's ashes into diamonds. There's companies that allow you to take those ashes and turn them into a smooth stone that you can hold in your hand. There's so many glass blown artwork. There's so many different unique options to honor your pet, which is so amazing.
Oh, that is. I'm sure that would really bring a lot of comfort to people. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So are there other businesses like Peaceful Pets in the United States?
I really would say that there are not. We've never felt the need to conform and operate how other businesses operate. In fact, we prefer to operate differently. We like standing out. So I would say there's not.
Okay, I love that. What if someone has a pet in another state and learns about what you do? Are they allowed to call you and make arrangements to ship their pet to you for Aquamation?
That is a great question. I know that there are some operators who provide instructions on how they can do that.
Okay.
It's not something that we've done, but we have had people feel so strongly about our company and our reputation that they've driven, across state to use our services.
That's phenomenal. I saw on your website that you offer grief support for families who've lost their pets, which is something I've never heard of. So it's quite intriguing, and I have so much admiration for that. So tell me about those services, because again, I've never even heard of a veterinarian's office or, a service that offers grief support, and there's no grief like losing a pet. So tell me more about those services.
Absolutely. So every family helped by Peaceful Pets is offered complimentary one-on-one grief support. And it's one of the many ways that we think, and it's one of the many ways we provide value to all of our families and our vet clinics as well.
Great. So what does that grief support look like? Is it in person? Is it on the phone? How do you do that?
Oh, it's a complimentary one-on-one session via Zoom.
Okay, great. So obviously pet owners can reach out to you for your services on their own. And we talked earlier about the fact that you really partner with veterinarian practices as well. So tell me more about your business development practices and how you've been able to partner with so many veterinarians in the area.
Ooh, so it's all about solving problems. And so in vet clinics, the veterinary profession has one of the highest suicide rates of any profession.
Really?
There are a lot of opportunities for us to help solve problems and reduce that compassion fatigue and that burnout. In addition to that, we are very creative in our outreach and anything we could do to get our foot in the door, and just building relationships and, great customer service, I'd say.
Okay, well, what you just said about it being such a high rate of suicide in that industry. I've never heard that before. I mean, I can imagine there's a lot of pressure for a veterinarian, but that's a new statement for me to hear. And I love the fact that what you're trying to do with your service is really alleviate stress for them. So that's really good. I commend you for that.
Thank you so much.
You obviously have a passion for this business. So tell me about the team that you've developed. I mean, first of all, grief support counselors is incredible, but I'd love to know more about the team that you've created at Peaceful Pets.
I can start talking about our team, and I can become very overwhelmed with gratitude. I've got so much pride, and I show off all the time. We've got an outstanding group of people who really feel like they are serving their life's purpose. And, you know, I know that if we partner, or when we partner with the new veterinary clinic, they're going to take excellent care of their families, and we're going to get really great feedback from our new partner. So, you know, I commend them, and we always can never show them how much we're appreciative of them.
That's great. How big is your team today?
20 people.
Okay, good. So you're still growing, and this is a business you can probably grow across the U.S. I can't imagine, that there aren't areas all over the place where people can be impacted by what you do.
And that's the plan, but we're a privately owned, family owned business. We're never trying to rush things. Our number one priority is top tier service and reputation. And so, our intention is to grow, but for the time being, our top priority is those things I just mentioned.
I love that. So we've got this slide up here. We're talking about Peaceful Pets Ranch. Let's tell me more about this this area, where it's at, and what happens at Peaceful Pets Ranch.
Okay, awesome. I'm really glad you brought this one up. So up in North DFW, we've got like a beautiful 60-acre property. We've got a whole bunch of exotic animals. We've got 12 lemurs, kune pigs, miniature donkeys, fainting goats. We've got a whole bunch of animals. And we're constantly hosting appreciation events, continuing education events, anything we can do to give back to the veterinary community. So, last week we hosted one of our practice managers, her 3-year-old son's birthday party. Our sales rep dressed up like Spider-Man. It was the most awesome thing ever. We're constantly hosting events to give back to the community.
So are these events, like you mentioned, your veterinarian partners, so can your partners take advantage of coming to this ranch and doing appreciation events for their employees, or am I not quite understanding what it is?
You're totally correct.
Okay.
So we'll host events for the, maybe it's Vet Tech Appreciation Week, and we invite all the vet techs, or maybe it's continuing education, and that's primarily for practice managers, or they can just come, take their kids, and have a fun day. We just did a cornhole tournament for a hospital that wanted to just show their team a good time. So we do anything and everything.
How fun! That's great. So tell me, when you think about this business that you have created, in your heart, what is the impact that you want to make on families who lose pets?
So, like I said, I believe if there's one thing I've learned about Aftercare, is it is the greatest opportunity to make the greatest impact. Every single day, we are creating a memory that our pet parents are going to remember forever. And in turn, we're providing so much fulfillment and purpose for our team. And we're just creating strong relationships within the veterinary community. So it kind of hits on everything in terms of relationships and overall impact. So I love the industry. I love it. It's just, I think it was such an amazing decision to get in. And I'm so appreciative of, the service that we're able to provide.
Good. What are your goals for this business when you think about the next 1 to 3 years?
The next 1 to 3 years, I'm always thinking about how we can improve the model, how we can continue to provide value to our pet parents, how we can continue to provide value to our vet clinics. My biggest priority is solving problems and providing value.
Good. I want to know how this business has changed your life.
It's given me so much accountability and purpose and drive, a reason to improve as a person, as a leader. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with this business. I think about it before I go to bed. It's the first thing I think about when I wake up every single day. I dream about it all the time. I'm so obsessed with this business. And so I can't even think it, in every way it's changed my life. So
I would think that knowing that you are supporting families in some of the most painful times, that your goal is to bring them peace. It's in your name, Peaceful Pets, right? Has to have a big impact on you. You're not just, doing something to make money. You're doing something that not only is going to bring a family comfort, but you have that double whammy of, I'm also trying to protect the environment. So that's got to make you feel so much pride.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
Yeah.
And then, talking about the money aspect, we're again, privately owned, family owned business. We have we run the business how we want to run the business. We're not trying to make a quick dollar. We're so much more focused on the experience and the value. That's our top priority.
I love that. That's great. So if there's a pet owner who's watching today and wants to get in contact with your organization, how do they do that?
You can follow our whole journey, Instagram or Facebook, at Peaceful Pets DFW, and that's the best way to keep up.
Okay, good. I love it. Here's a cute puppy, and we did put up this slide that people can see, the email address to reach out if you have any questions, where they're located, and a phone number. So, Robert, it has been such a pleasure having you on the show today. As a pet owner, I have 3 puppies at home. It's something that is near and dear to my heart, and I'm sure to so many people who are pet owners. I would assume any pet, cats, dogs, birds.
Yeah, any pet.
Okay, good. I just want to say that I wish you and the team at Peaceful Pets DFW continued success. I really appreciate you sharing your story with me and with our audience today, and wish you continued success in the organization.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here, and it was a pleasure doing this. So.
Well, thank you. And that's it today for Success Factors. We'll see you next time. Bye.